Dexio and Sina, two important characters from the Pokemon franchise that honestly I feel like are pretty forgotten by the overall fanbase, and even the Pokemon Company themselves. They made their debut in Pokemon X and Y serving as assistants to Professor Sycamore. While we've had Professor's assistants in the past and some of them got further development and more unique designs, I feel like Dexio and Sina are some of the most significant, obviously having unique names and personalities as they follow you around the Kalos region, guiding you on your journey. But funnily enough, despite the fact that they have this important role in Generation 6 and yet another in Generation 7, they never received official key art, they were never adapted into the trading card game, and they never appeared in the anime, which is probably why they're oddly obscure for being main players in the story. I mean, they were even right there during the climax of the story and somehow they aren't talked about all that much. So yeah, they do have some interesting personalities with a flair for presentation when they help the player out with their Pokédex. And then of course with their hero-themed alter egos, the Defenders of Kalos. They return to Pokemon Sun and Moon with more casual clothing to fit the region of Alola, but I do appreciate the fact that they're wearing sunglasses because it helps to make them look like tourists, but also serves as a reference to the masks they wear as the Defenders of Kalos. Here they do look significantly older than the protagonist, but they were really meant to be that from the very beginning with how they serve as mentors. Here they inform the player about the deal with the Zygarde cores and the cells, and that's a whole thing about how Pokemon Z was basically continued in Sun and Moon, but now that they actually have their own Pokemon and can battle, we see that they each actually have a type specialty, with Dexio using Psychic and Sina using Ice. Overall, I really do like them. It's been a while since I played Pokemon X and Y, so I think I'd be able to better appreciate them with new eyes if I replayed it, but I do hope we get to see some trace of them in the upcoming Pokemon Legends ZA. For now, the big piece of news is that they've actually made their way to Pokemon Masters, where we finally get to see them with their full proportions but using their outfits from Generation 6. Because before, all they had were the chibified overworld models. I feel like that's one reason they might have been relatively forgotten, and I really do like how their new models look for their default appearance. Now that I can see them, they do actually look like they could be protagonists in another game. Of course, their outfits make them stand out as their own kind of trainer class, and as usual, red and blue are paired up between the two of them. Getting to fully see them without the sunglasses they wear in Alola brings a little more clarity to what they're actually supposed to look like. So, in Pokemon Masters, Dexio and Sina have made their way to Pasio, and they make quite the impression, at least with Penny, who's drawn in by their evolutions, or VVs as she calls them. I do like that here they outright state that they're older trainers who were once given Pokemon by the professor. We really don't get to see the older generation that already got to go on their Pokemon journey all that much, so that's pretty cool. After meeting up with Penny, they have the idea to hold a meet and greet with other trainers who are partnered up with Evolutions, and there are a lot of characters who fit that description of Pokemon Masters. I'm actually waiting for them to cut it out. We have enough. From here we get little check-ins on all those characters to remind us who they are, but I like that we also get to catch up with Elaine and the Eevee kid who haven't evolved their Pokemon, but are just as valid. There was like a whole episode of the anime about that or something. While everyone's enjoying the party, some notice that Dexio and Sina are nowhere to be found along with the Eevee kid, but they find them out on the beach apparently right after an encounter where Team Break had targeted Eevee, though the Defenders of Kalos were able to save the day, a nice little reference. Eve is feeling a bit discouraged, thinking that it's her fault she wasn't strong enough and considers hurrying up and getting Eevee to evolve. Dexio and Sina give her the reassurance and encouragement that she needs, noting that she shouldn't rush into anything and just teasing a brand new evolution all casually, suggesting that Eevee will evolve when it's ready and that it could even be an undiscovered Pokemon. Okay then. Though I like that we're getting this little moment better reestablishing just who these two are and giving them more of a personality that they needed. Not that they didn't get it in X and Y, but they had to share screen time with the player's friend group, so they really do benefit from additional appearances that they've been getting. Anyway, it's a cute little event as they end off deciding that they want to give the same advice and support that they can to all other trainers in Pasio. And again, that's a nice place to leave them at. I just think these were some characters that really did need to be added into Pokemon Masters because of their limited appearances. Their inclusion in Sun and Moon was also great to better expand them because it almost feels like they wanted to do more with them but just didn't. In terms of the future with Pokemon Legends ZA on the horizon, I do hope we get to see something of them, whether those be ancestors, descendants, or older versions of themselves, because we really don't have many plot details about that game. Though I'm pretty confident we'll get to continue seeing their characters or the ideas of them fleshed out more as the franchise continues. So let me know what you think about Dexio and Sina and their debut in Pokemon Masters, if you've played it or if you're just happy to see some of the more obscure characters getting the spotlight at the moment. Leave a comment down below and we'll keep chatting there. Anyway, I should also keep researching everything I can to assist the next generation of trainers as we prepare to go back to Kalos. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, including the Great Gators, Timeless Moron, Fancy Orange, Siakira MA, Sora Baker, Dejorant, Matthew Kelly, Mobile Empire, Ezra, Forfeit Ion, Mugshot Cat, Pastel Blood, Accidental Creation, Jamie Jensen, SB Jump, Castform 7, Victor Bryan, DeAndre, Beowulf Arctidus, Adrift Shredder, Justin Dowes, Al Rome, Alex Switch Shiny Hunts, Tyler Hopper, Lockadox, Koi 13, Cemetery Hill, Cosmo 0, Rainfrux, Cheez-It 62, Gator Kid 509, TF, Mathaclog 947, Taijirai, Justin R, Phantom, and Quago. If you would like to support, see your name here, get access to emotes for comments, live streams, sometimes daily videos, and the members only podcast every month, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I'll catch you all later.
Two worlds collide. Powerful Pokémon shape the future. Pokémon trading card game XY Fates Collide. In stores now. Each booster pack of 10 cards sold separately. Cards vary by pack.